You've been lied to. They told you that to speak English fluently, you need to move to London, New York, or Sydney. They told you that unless you're surrounded by native speakers, you'll never sound natural. But here's the truth. You don't need a plane ticket. You don't need a fancy teacher. And you definitely don't need perfect grammar. All you need is 5 minutes a day, done the right way. In this video, you're going to learn the exact habits that have helped thousands of learners speak English confidently without ever leaving their home country. We're not talking about boring grammar rules or endless vocabulary lists. We're talking about real-life daily techniques, simple, powerful, and proven to work, even if you're busy, shy, or don't know where to begin. And by the end of this video, you won't just believe it's possible. You'll know exactly how to make it happen, starting today. Let's get into it. The myth of moving abroad. For years, learners around the world have believed a dangerous myth. If I want to speak English fluently, I have to move to an English-speaking country. It sounds logical, right? If you're surrounded by English every day, you'll pick it up naturally. That's what everyone says. But here's what they don't tell you. There are thousands of people who live in the US or UK for years and still can't speak English fluently. And at the same time, there are learners in countries like Vietnam, Brazil, Egypt, and Poland who speak with confidence, clarity, and even a near-native accent without ever setting foot outside their country. So what's the difference? It's not about location. It's about daily exposure, smart habits, and consistent practice no matter where you live. Fluency doesn't come from geography. It comes from repetition. It comes from routine. And it starts with small things, things you can control from anywhere in the world. Because in the end, it's not where you are, it's what you do. And what you do daily, that's what changes everything. The shadowing secret. If you've never heard of shadowing, get ready, because this might be the most powerful fluency technique you've never tried. Here's how it works. You listen to a native speaker talking, and you repeat their words out loud at the exact same time. Not after, not paused, immediately, like an echo. It sounds simple, but it's one of the fastest ways to train your brain, your ears, and your mouth all at once. And no, you don't need to understand every word. In fact, at the beginning, you probably won't. That's okay. Because shadowing isn't about perfect comprehension. It's about rhythm, muscle memory, real-time speaking. You copy their tone, you copy their pace, you copy their flow. At first it feels weird. You'll stumble, you'll mumble, you'll mess up. But if you do it for just 5 minutes a day, something amazing happens. Your mouth stops hesitating, your accent softens, and your confidence grows fast. You don't need a teacher. You don't need to memorize anything. You just press play and start echoing. It's like karaoke for fluency, only this time you're training to sound like a native speaker. And this is just the beginning. Listening as background noise. Now that you started speaking, it's time to build your ears. Because the more you hear English, the faster your brain connects the dots. And no, we're not talking about sitting down with a textbook and forcing yourself to study. We're talking about turning English into your background noise. Here's the trick. Play an English podcast while you clean. Watch English YouTube videos while you cook. Listen to English music while you walk, shower, or even fall asleep. No pressure, no stress. Just let the language flow into your life like background music. You don't need to understand every word, even if you catch only 30%. That 30% builds up day after day. Your brain gets used to the sounds. Your ears recognize real speech patterns, not the slow robotic ones in textbooks. And before you know it, your mind starts filling in the gaps on its own. The best part? You're not wasting time. You're using the time you already have. While others scroll through their feeds, you're feeding your brain a new language. And all it takes is 10 to 15 minutes a day. Next comes the part that changes everything. Turn your thoughts into English. If you've ever frozen in the middle of a conversation, it's probably because your brain was stuck in translation mode. You thought of the sentence in your native language, then tried to convert it into English, then panicked. But fluent speakers don't translate. They think in English. And the good news is, you can train your brain to do this, one simple thought at a time. Start small. When you wake up, say in your mind, "It's morning. I'm still sleepy. I need coffee." When you're walking outside, "The sky's blue. The air feels warm. I see a dog." During your day, "I'm tired. I'm hungry. I want to relax." These are real thoughts in real time. No dictionary, no translation, just English as it happens. At first it feels slow. That's normal. But over time, your brain starts skipping the translation and goes straight to English. And when that happens, your conversations become faster. Your speech becomes smoother, and your confidence goes way up. Later, try whispering those thoughts out loud. You don't need an audience. Just talk to yourself, softly, like a secret conversation. Because the truth is, the more you think in English, the more you speak in English. And this next tip will take that to a whole new level. Speak to yourself. You don't need a partner to start speaking English today. You don't need a tutor, a classroom, or a live conversation. You just need your voice. Here's what to do. At the end of your day, open your phone, hit the voice recorder, and talk for 1 minute. That's it. Talk about what you did, what you felt, or what you learned. For example, today was stressful. I had a long meeting in the morning. I came home tired, but I watched the short English video, and I'm proud of that. There's no pressure to be perfect. There's no one judging you. This is for your ears only. And when you play it back, you'll hear your own pronunciation. You'll notice small grammar mistakes. You'll catch the words that felt awkward or slow. But here's the beautiful part. You'll also hear progress. Each day your sentences get smoother, your pauses get shorter, and your voice gets stronger. This habit builds confidence, fluency, and self-awareness. 3 things every English speaker needs. And the best part? It only takes 1 minute a day. Ready to go beyond solo practice? Use the power of online communities. Fluency isn't just about practice, it's about connection. And luckily, you don't need to be in a physical classroom to find that. Today, millions of English learners are connecting online, and you can join them instantly. No travel, no schedule, no pressure. Here's how. Join WhatsApp or Telegram groups made for English learners. Use apps like Tandem, HelloTalk, or even Facebook groups. Send voice notes, ask questions, or just react to what others are saying. Even if you're shy, even if you don't feel ready, just reading others' messages can help. Because when you see how real people use English every day, mistakes and all, you realize something important. Fluency isn't about perfection. It's about participation. Online groups give you space to try, to speak, to listen, and to grow without judgment. And it turns English into what it's supposed to be: a living language, a real conversation, a way to connect. So if you've been learning alone, don't wait. Find your people, find your pace, and find your voice. Next up, We're about to train your fluency muscles in a totally new way. Read out loud like an actor. Want to sound more fluent, expressive, and natural? Then stop reading English like a robot. Start reading it like an actor. Here's why. When you read out loud, you're not just training your eyes to see the words. You're training your mouth to speak them, your brain to feel them, and your voice to bring them to life. It's one of the most underrated fluency tools, and it's incredibly effective. Here's how to do it. Pick a short, simple text, a children's book, an easy news article, or even the subtitles from your favorite YouTube video. Read it slowly, out loud. Then read it again, a little faster. Then again, with more emotion. Act it out. Add energy. Make it real. Say, "I'm so tired," like you mean it. "It's a beautiful day," like you're actually looking at the sky. When you do this, you're not just reading words. You're building your pronunciation, your rhythm, and your confidence. Think of it like a workout. Every sentence is a rep. Every reading session is a training round for your speaking muscles. You'll notice that your voice flows more easily. You pause in the right places. You sound more human and less like a textbook. And, most importantly, you start to feel like someone who really lives the language. Now, let's finish strong. Change your environment to English. If you want English to feel natural, you have to surround yourself with it. Not once a week, not just in class, every single day. Here's the secret. You don't need more time. You just need to make small changes to your environment. Start with this one. Change your phone's language to English. Something simple, right? But think about it. You check your phone dozens, maybe hundreds of times a day. Each time, you'll see words like settings, download, brightness, airplane mode, update available. You're not even studying them. You're just seeing them again and again. And soon they stick. That's called passive learning, and it's powerful. Next, try this. Write your to-do list in English. Keep a short journal in English. Watch short English videos during your breaks. Instead of saying good morning in your native language, say it in English. Instead of scrolling through TikTok in your own language, follow English creators you like. These are small actions, but they build strong habits. And strong habits create fluent speakers. When English is no longer just something you study, but something you live with, everything changes. Because now, English isn't just a subject, it's a part of your life. And with that, wrap up and final challenge. Let's be real. Fluency doesn't come from luck. It doesn't come from living abroad, and it definitely doesn't come from studying grammar once a week. It comes from tiny, smart actions done every single day. You've now seen exactly how. Shadow for 5 minutes and train your speaking muscles. Listen daily, even if it's just background noise. Think in English one thought at a time. Record yourself, hear yourself, fix your mistakes. Join real communities, even if you're shy. Read out loud like an actor, not a robot. And turn your world into an English environment without changing your location. You don't need a native speaker beside you. You don't need to move to London or New York. You just need to start with one habit today. Because the truth is, fluent English isn't a destination. It's a daily decision. So here's your challenge. Pick one technique from this video and try it right now. Not tomorrow, not next week. Now. Because the longer you wait, the longer you stay stuck. But the moment you begin, even for 60 seconds, you've already taken your first step toward the speaker you want to become. And if you do that consistently, then yes, you will become fluent. The question is, will you start today?